Taiwan. In this episode, we head to Jiufen, one of the most famous mountain towns in Taiwan. Getting to Jiufen from central Taipei is super easy, just over an hour by a local bus. And you'll know when you've arrived when the narrow winding roads are packed with tourists by mid-morning. But first up, we dive straight into Jiufen Old Street for some snacks. The first thing that caught our eye, a giant crispy puff pastry, freshly made and filled to order, with your choice of chocolate, taro, sweet potato, or sesame. These are constantly being baked thanks to the high turnover, but they only fill them on demand to keep those layers super crispy. We went with the taro flavour, and wow, it was incredible. Crispy, flaky, and packed with real taro flavour. They really know how to make the taro snack in Taiwan, not just that purple powdered stuff. Side note, we went back for another one the next day. Wandering further down the old street, you'll pass all sorts of souvenir stalls, everything from cute keychains to quirky wooden scenes. There's something for everybody here. Snack time again? Absolutely! This time we tried a traditional peanut ice cream roll. They start with a thin flour wrap, add a generous layer of crushed peanuts, 2 scoops of taro ice cream, and finish with a sprinkle of coriander. Yep, coriander. This might not be for everyone, but I personally loved it. The lines can be long here, but the workers are fast and efficient. The taste was great. The rice flour wrap has a soft crepe-like texture, and the creamy sweet ice cream pairs surprisingly well with the peanuts and the fresh kick of coriander.
Not that good?
No, it was good. There's so much to snack on here, but eventually we were craving something more substantial. We stumbled across a busy little eatery packed with locals and visitors alike. First up was a famous fishbowl soup, served in a rich, flavorful broth with a mix of mushroom fish balls and squid balls, each one better than the last. Our second dish was the classic braised pork on rice, topped with a generous mix of tofu, bamboo shoots, egg and greens. This kind of set is simple, traditional and incredibly satisfying. Next up, another street snack. This time, a grass jelly rice cake with different fillings. Handmade by the aunties right at the stall. This place is well known and can be incredibly busy, so they are packed and ready to go. They're small in size, giving you that chance to try both sweet and savoury flavours. The sweet options had traditional flavours like red bean and mung bean. However, we went with the savoury option, which had bamboo shoots mixed in with shrimps, all within that chewy, mochi-like outer layer, fresh and full of flavour. Now time to climb. We headed up the many steps to one of Taiwan's most well-known dessert spots. Their specialty, shaved ice with all the toppings. Taro balls, potato starch, red bean, mochi, you name it. But the real treat, this view over the bay below. Absolutely stunning. Taro balls are a popular Taiwanese dessert, made from mashed taro and sweet potato starch. They have a mild and slightly sweet, earthy flavour. The texture is chewy and bouncy, similar to mochi, but firmer. Served hot, they're soft and comforting. Served cold, they're refreshing and slightly firmer. After that, it was time to explore more of Jiufen. Today, it's a major tourist destination, thanks in part to the famous A-Mei Teahouse, believed to have inspired the setting for the animated film Spirited Away. Jiufen is nestled in the mountains, and its steep streets wind all the way up and around the cliffs. It has a rich history in gold mining, particularly during the Japanese occupation, and remnants of that era, like old tunnels, can still be found. Needing a break from all those crowds, we chilled out at a cozy little cafe. home to quite a few cats. This place is home to a whole crew of furry residents, lounging on the chairs and napping in the corners or wandering around the tables. It is super chilled out vibe with soft music, comfy seating, and, of course, seriously good coffee. Before long, it was dinner time, and as the cats dined in, we moved on to our next spot. No cats here, we stopped by a restaurant run by another adorable guy. This restaurant serves up a traditional yet seasonal menu, so you never know what you'll get. There's no English menu here, but Google Translate is your friend. The dog is quite busy making sure everything is running smoothly. We ordered a bit of everything. First up, a classic Taiwanese dish, chicken rice with egg, simple and comforting. Then came the salted egg prawns, big, juicy prawns coated in a rich, buttery, salted egg yolk sauce. The flavour was a bit too strong for me though. Next was a bowl that might look plain at first, but it's anything but, chicken oil rice. The rice is actually cooked with rendered chicken fat and seasoned. And finally, the traditional salted pork. It was tender with just the right amount of chew, served with a bold garlic vinegar dipping sauce that cut through the richness. Added a kick to every bite. The next morning, it was time to burn off all that food. And just a short bus ride from Jiufen is the Teapot Mountain hike. You'll find out why it's called that when you reach the top. Our first lookout was just a short and easy 10-minute walk from the bus stop. From here you get a stunning view of the famous Yin-Yang Sea, named for its striking mix of colours. Even on a cloudy day, the contrast is clear. One side a deep blue, the other a murky yellow gold. The unusual colouring is caused by natural mineral runoff from the area's old gold and copper mines mixing with the ocean water. Along the way, you'll pass scattered ruins from the old mining community, a reminder of Jiufen's history during the Japanese occupation, when gold mining was booming in this region. This crumbling building was where the miners used to live. Now a historical reminder of the area. Some sections of the trail were closed off due to typhoon and earthquake damage, which is common in this part of Taiwan, but luckily the main path was still open. Not a place you'd want to be standing. Be sure to take the path past the trailhead information sign about Teapot Mountain and not the road. You'll find some history here about the trail's construction. After your first flight of stairs, you'll see the sign advertising a sweet Taiwanese dessert, but don't let that distract you and take the harder route up the stairs. Let's just say Taiwan does not mess around when it comes to these steep climbs. After all those stairs, we were already feeling it. Not even that far in. So when we reached the first pavilion lookout, we gladly took the chance to stop and catch our breath. Then we noticed something kind of funny. Someone had skipped the climb entirely and ridden their scooter all the way up here. Smart move, to be honest. We pulled out a sandwich for a quick energy boost. Before leaving that morning, we made a very smart decision to swing by 7-Eleven and pack some snacks. After all that climbing, it tasted like a gourmet meal. All fueled up, we were back on the trails. And before long, we had reached our second pagoda and viewpoint. At the top, you'll find the summit, and you'll see the teapot that the mountain is named after. I don't know, does this look like any teapot to anyone? Let us know in the comments. But as you near the top of the summit, things got a little sketchy. There's a rope climb if you want to reach the very top. You basically scale a rock face at your own risk. We didn't go all the way up, a bit too scary for us, but the views where we stopped were already amazing. From there you can either loop back down via a longer route across some narrow paths, or retrace your steps.
Ew. Oh my god.
Either way, it's an epic end to a magical trip to Jiufen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment of what's your favorite snack in Jiufen. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you again in the next one.